So I couldn't sleep last night. Uh, I was just thinking. Number one, I've seen a report, a voice note from Brian Mundubile saying that they will never apologize to the Balotse people for the what they said about Balotse. Brian Mundubile said instead of Balotse people to be asking for road or asking for classrooms, why are they asking for airport? He actually said Balotse is a village. I listened to this voice note and wanted to start crying. And to make the matter worse, Brian Mundubile in his voice note, I'm going to put it at the end. In this voice note, he said, we may not even need their vote. What do you mean that you may not need their vote? Are they not Zambians? Brian Mundubile, I'm asking you a question. Why is it that you're saying you don't need the vote of Balotse people? Are they not Zambians? You guys, if you don't want these guys, you let them go. They were a country before. They were a country before. They have everything in that province. They have so many natural resources in that province, Brian Mundubile. That province, that Balotse land is blessed with natural resources. Most of the blessings of Zambia is coming from there. If you don't regard them as human, you let them go. What do you mean by you don't need their vote? Are they not Zambians? Brian Mundubile, I'm asking you. Balotse people, are they not Zambians? Your man made a mistake. I know that that was not a mistake. That is what you discussed together. He said, these guys don't need airport. Who doesn't need airport in this generation, please? That place, Balotse, produced the only king in Zambia. The only king, recognized king in Zambia. Balotse traditional ceremony is a United Nations recognized event. It brings more tourist attraction than any other traditional ceremony in Zambia. If there is an airport, there are people who fly in and out. In Kasama a few years ago, there was no airport. Today there is an airport and people are enjoying it. Airport is one of the things that bring international development in any city. These people are complaining. The Lutingas, the king's cabinet, they have issued a statement. They are crying. They are saying, why are you treating us like this? Are we not Zambians? All Brian Mundubile will say is that we may not even need their vote. God forbid. Are they not Zambians? You have seen, that is why those of you that do not appreciate HH, I'm telling you that God is going to punish you and punish your generation. Because it's only when HH came into power that you didn't hear Balotse people saying, we want to leave, we want to leave. When Rupia Banda was in power, because of the way they were treated, they say, we don't want to be part of Zambia again. Because we feel like we are being underrated. We feel like we are not treated like human in Zambia. What is the need of being in Zambia? When they complain, Rupia Banda sent soldiers. Soldiers went and slaughtered them like chickens. The only crime they committed was to agree to be part of Zambia. What crime did they commit? Okay, that place is not developed. It doesn't need an airport. PF, you were in power for 10 years. Why didn't you develop that place? Are you telling me that you are not reaping from that place? You were in power for 10 good years. What did you do for them? So you want them to be in perpetual poverty. HA say, I will build an airport for them. The guy has a vision. He knows what he wants to do for them. Is futurizing their future. And then you say they don't deserve it. You want to keep them in perpetual poverty so that they become a slave of Zambians. The only crime they committed was to agree to be part of Zambia. They were doing well on their own. Have you even checked the map? The problem with Brian Mundubile, he talks, he doesn't have information. Balotse land, do you know where it started and where it ends? In case today they say we want to leave, they start the agitation again. Because this is how it started. If anything happened in 2031, PF wins election, Brian Mundubile wins election, these people will rather decide to have their own country than to be with Zambia. That's why I said, if anything happened in 2031, this Brian Mundubile and his group, or Makebi Zulu, or these guys, any of them win an election, it's better you divide Zambia into 4 or 5. Everyone go their way. Because people cannot continue in 2026, in this generation, people cannot continue being a slave to other people. Remember, during Rupiah Banda, you shot them like chicken because they wanted freedom. During Sata went to them and said, if you vote for me, I will give you your Balotse land. And Sata pleaded with them to say, I'm sorry, because the vote that determines election victory comes from them. The votes that determine election victory, it comes from them. Anyone they support wins. Sata understood politics. Sata went there and pleaded with them and said, look, if I become the president, I will give you your independence. Satan went ahead and said, please, to show you that I'm serious, give me a vice president. To show you that I'm serious with what I'm doing, please, give me a vice president. They produced a vice president under PF because Satan wanted to make them feel belonged. Now, what Satan was building and died without fulfilling it, HH came and HH has brought them together. Ask yourself, why are they quiet since HH became the president? Because they can finally feel like we are part of Zambia. In appointment, you will see many of them are appointed in government. And they are reporting to the king to say, at least now we feel like we are Zambians. Why this wound is being healed? Zambia is being united. This tribalist started again. Mundubile started again. In his voice note, he's saying they are not developed. They don't need an airport. What they need is food. Did they come on earth to eat food? Yeah? What they need is school. School for what? You want to keep them undeveloped forever and ever. Are they not human? And we don't need their vote. By the way, we may not even need their vote. Are they not Zambians? Have you divided Zambians? There are people you need their vote, and there are people you don't need their votes. People of Zambia, if you really appreciate the sacrifice paid by your forefathers, the sacrifice paid by Kenneth Kaunda, you should watch this video, share it with everyone, let them know that it's a time bomb. The people that want to come and rule Zambia, in their agenda, they want to divide Zambia. Nothing like one Zambia, one nation in their motto. They want to come and destroy Zambia. I'm not speaking as a person. I am speaking as a person that have listened to the audio of Brian Mundubile himself. I'm speaking as a person that understand what Zambia means. The peace. Zambia is rated the best, one of the most peaceful countries in Africa today. The third, Namibia, Botswana, then Zambia. In Africa, you want to lose this? The peace that you are enjoying, you want to lose it? I'm very, very disappointed with Mundubile. Politics aside, One Zambia, one nation must be upheld. Balotse people must be respected. In fact, they should be honored for agreeing to be part of Zambia, not the way they were being treated by PF. HH must be appreciated for bringing them back and making them feel like they are part of Zambia.